Did you ever have that love, that high school sweetheart, that mm, or that high school crush or the grade school crush that you knew to not go towards because they're just intimidating enough in their looks and their personality that, yeah, you've got a crush on them, but you'd never do anything to change who they are. You like who they are so much and appreciate who they are so much that you wouldn't do anything to impede on their life or their personality to change them. I had that. I had that. And I wouldn't consider him the one that got away, although that Katy Perry song does make that crush come to mind. But I would say that he's possibilities. He would be the what if we could be together in another life? And then he'd just stay there in the back of my mind. And I would not care if I never found out, because everybody needs to have something out there that shines within them, that leaves a mystery, even within themselves. Because if we are so acutely aware of who we are, it's too painful to stay who we are. And we get too caught up in the acute pain of who we are and the acute awareness of who we are that we can't get out. Growing up, I witnessed a lot of women dreaming. Mostly on soap operas, because my grandmother watched a lot of Days of Our Lives, which was cool until I got older and I was like, save the drama for your mama. So, and plus they took Passions off TV, so I was like so done with soap operas after that, because like Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald on there, the way she'd cry, like she was the whole reason to have that, her and Timmy. Anyway, they like the mothers of like daughters, like I would notice that they would get distance from their daughters when their daughters would fall in love. You know, the certain ones, not all of them, certain ones. I know why. Life is not meant to be lived full of regret. It's not. Life is meant to be filled with triggers. Life is meant to be filled with triggers. Sometimes those triggers are good. Sometimes those triggers can rip open an old wound. If it rips open an old wound or it pokes at an old wound, it's trying to tell you it's time to heal, because it's time to move on from this trauma or this pain, because God has something better for you, a lot better for you than this pain. If it's a good trigger, then honey, my suggestion is grab onto it and let it take you wherever it needs to. My dad, before he died, told me two things. One, that Satan was an angel of light. And two, that at the beginning of the Mississippi River, there's no river. What about the end of it? Does it do the same thing? Does it come to a point? I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to get in the Mississippi River and ride it all the way through. Waterfall or not. Rocks or not. It's a river, but I'm going to say it. Sharks or not. Only because, dun, 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 danger. Life. You got to take risks. You got to take your ID badge and slam it down on the counter and tell your boss there's more to life than working behind a desk 24/7. And go off to your favorite vacation spot and stand in the middle of it and scream, "Thank you for existing, God." And then just throw all of your trust in him. That's life to me. Life isn't about sitting in your safety zone and protecting yourself and keeping yourself from getting hurt again. Life isn't about keeping yourself all cozy and perfect and doing the same routine all day, every day. That's not life. Life isn't waking up and going to Taco Bell at 7 o'clock in the morning to work for 4 hours, to go home and wonder what you are supposed to be doing with your life. That's not life. If you're sitting there wondering what you're supposed to be doing with your life, let me tell you what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be figuring it out. If you're sitting there wondering what happened to your life, what you need to do, where you need to go, just do anything. Anything. Start clapping your hands, start clicking your tongue, put on a song, random song that you have never heard before. Go eat something you said you would never eat in a million years. Go do it. Why? Because the second you do that, you're going to see that there are so many, many, many more possibilities out there in the world than just McDonald's and boba. Although I love boba. And McDonald's french fries. I mean, who doesn't love McDonald's french fries? And when I'm really feeling junky, I'll go get a little cheeseburger. But yeah, it's all about the french fries. It's all about the french fries. It's always about the french fries.